A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Start the drive with Cook. And that's not the start that he was. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Strong. A quick throw, but incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Strong. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, on the opening drive, he was looking for a big chunk play. Unfortunately, that time, the secondary was ready for it. Charles picked it off. Not only that, they take it the other way for points.
Homework, preparation, research, it all comes back to that, VJ. Scouting your opponent, not just the players, but the coaches too, and seeing what they call to begin a game, find out their tendencies. They recognize the early deep ball as part of their opposing game plan, and they weren't caught off guard when it showed up.
Vikings, nothing. O'Donnell set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, Let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Steps away to his left, and he fires one incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Strong. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Complete to number 13. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Was Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Operating from the gun. Strong. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Strong. And he's got this to Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Cook now off the read option. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
At the 29-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down. Strong. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick 6 just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by... And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team. The
Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Complete to Aaron Jones. First and goal. The 8-yard line.
Number 50, hey, you block over here.
To throw is Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
14, Vikings 2.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. They run it again with Cook. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Strong. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Operating from the gun. Strong. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. This is taken at the 23. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8. Number 29-yard line.
Yeah, 300. Yeah, 300. Hey, check 26. Hey, 88.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
13 yards. First down, Packers.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. Good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the broken tackle. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's got it down to the 28.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Well, they've certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, 14 yards. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Pat O'Donnell set to kick off.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Back to throw. Strong. Smith catches left side. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They run again on first down. Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 25 yards. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
They never push it real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
At the 49-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Looking to throw. Strong. Throw left side complete. That's Davis. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Throwing on first down. Strong. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers being and a big loss here as he's taken down. There's a Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Back to throw. Strong. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Strong. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Hey, 626.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Strong. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Up the middle, Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. And they work this out past the 25. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Strong. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Strong. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Out for the PAT, here's McGinnis. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Packers 36, Vikings 12.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
By Rashawn Gary. A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Got a man. That's Lazard. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Packers.
Rodgers now on 1st down. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the... And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of scored-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do this thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
158 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run,
Can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practice.
And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Back to throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the 4th quarter. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Rodgers looking to throw. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And a 4th quarter pick. Something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Now a pass hauled in downfield, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. On first down, Strong. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Back to throw. Strong. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Running for it. Here's Cook. And not only will he not get in, he's going to lose yardage. They stuff him back at the 4. Cook turned away on 4th and goal. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
26. Hey, 88.
Rodgers throwing here. And that'll be incomplete.
Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards. Now, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1, and to come through with a